masters. Good day to you, partner. I'm Guy, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken cave.
Hey guys, Wheat Solo here, aka the Skeleton King. So what do we have on the screen? We have a budget Poison Nova Necro. This is not clickbait. This is not your Desecrate build clickbait from seasons past where people go, oh, you can make Poison work, just run Desecrate. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, but if you're doing that, you know what you should do at that point? Just play Corpse Explosion. Like, budget Corpse Explosion is better than budget Desecrate. There's no argument here, guys. But this isn't those seasons. This is Season 5. And now Corpse Explosion is terrible budget. And Poison Nova is terrible in-game. But what is different? Somehow Poison Nova is better budget. How? Okay, first let's look at these screens. Okay? As you can see, basically every single enemy on screen is dying from one Poison Nova cast with this low gear. Basically that means the Fallen, that means the Witches, that means the Gloombats, and the Fallen Shamans. Champs and Elites will not die in one Poison Nova cast. You would need slightly better gear. The enemies that won't die, even if they're white, are the Sand Raiders. Those are the Act 2 mobs with 4 swords and cast Enchant, or 2 swords and 4 hands and cast Enchant, whatever they are. And the Siege Beast. And by the way, Siege Beast actually terrify me. He's deciding to run 5 Blood Golems, which is fine for budget. You could also go Revives. I think depending on your playstyle, that could be better. Basically, if you want to play slower and use your Revives to do more damage for you, that's fine. I would probably go Blood Golems. In fact, what I'd probably really do is get an Act 2 Merc, just with a good enough single target weapon for damage. And basically, I would use him. I'd have a 0.4 second Blood Warp, 0.2 second Blood Warp, because that's really all you need for budget Poison Nova. I've made it work. And then I'd farm the maps. And you don't really need Act 2 Merc. You could actually run Act 3. Basically, here's the question. Are bosses going to be worth your time to kill them next season? If bosses are worth your time, get an Act 2 Merc, cast Desecrate on them, get 1 point app, 1 point LR, whatever you choose to do. 1 point app is actually great for Act 2 Merc to kill bosses. So by the way, Topwig is playing a little slow. I think that's because he's trying to show this off to his stream. His mic is muted on this. But basically he's trying to show what Poison Nova can do at this level of budget and what it can't do. As you saw, basically like 2 Poison Nova casts with his Blood Golems hitting them a bit. Like even those Champ Elite Witches all died. So this build can clear the whole screen. Do I recommend it? No. Here's how I'd play. I'd play faster. I would just kill the white mobs. Now, why? Well, that's because Players 5, it actually increases the relative value of trash, white mobs, over champs and elites. Now, obviously, killing champs and elites is still valuable, but when you're budget and you're trying to play, density per time, you can actually just skip them. But as your gear gets better, you can just kill them too, just like normal Poison Nova. So how is all this possible? Okay, Poison Nova has not been budget since Season 1. In Season 2, it was still really easy to make. Season 3 and 4, you basically had very specific gear. Season 5, you not only need very specific gear, you need basically near perfect gear besides 6-socket armor to run T3. That sounds really bad, Wheat Solo, but we're in a map right now, and he seems to be doing okay. Well, yeah, except for his play. Sorry, just had to call him out one time. So what happened? Okay, T1's and T2's health, T1 and T2 maps' health were dropped dramatically this season. Senpai says it's by only 0.8. Topwig and I are convinced it's more than that. The reason we're convinced is 0.8 would mean that basically they match LOD values. That can't be true because Chaos Sanctuary, which is, a good map for poison, as in there's no poison immunes, and the poison resistances are fairly low, except for Venom Lords. You can't kill them budget. You can do a shitty D-Web, shitty Bramble, but like you need the gear, right? All right, so we know it's possible. We solo. How cheaply can I make this? Okay, +3 Ami, +3 Circlet. Okay, you could even have a +2 Circlet and a +2 Ami, like a crafted Ami with some stats. No skill rings, just get res there. 3-piece. I highly recommend 3-piece. Please do not do this without 3-piece unless you know what you're doing and you already have like a good D-Web and a Bramble. You definitely can skip 3-piece, but Poison Nova's scaling has been nerfed more than ever, so basically the most important thing is percent and pierce. Alright, so 3-piece, that means your shield, your belt, and your gloves are taken care of. We already got the magic items for the circlet and the amulet. Rings, any stat rings. What about that chest piece? Venom Ward. Boom. Right there. I just threw it down on the table. Boom. Venom Ward. Seriously. Venom Ward is budget. You can find it easily. Just get a Venom Ward with 1 socket, 2 sockets, 3 sockets, and any amount of poison pierce, okay? Throw in any meh facet, okay? Like, here's what I would do. I would make a game that says for 3/3 poison facet. Even that's overpaying it, but I would just want to get a facet. Alright? You could probably make a game that says pull for 3/3 poison facet, and even day 1, like, I don't know who's going to argue to pay more than that. Maybe you'll have to have somebody yell at you a few times and then wait for, like, the third guy to come in and go 3/3, and you'll go, yeah, pull, yeah, and then you do the trade, and it'd be sick. Okay, for the weapon. Now, you don't actually need D-Web. That's what the idea for the Venom Ward is, and having a few more plus skills, like on your helm and on your amulet. You could actually run Black Bogs or one of those weapons that has some amount of poison pierce on them, okay, and poison skills. But if you do this, you should have more skillers. Now, would a anti-perfect D-Web work? Yes. You could have an anti-perfect D-Web, and that would probably be better than a Black Box. But basically, this is your ballpark for making budget Poison Nova work. And is it going to be good? Yes. Is it going to be the best T1 build in the game? No. Is it the best budget T1 build in the game? Yes. Like, play your DP, play your Fire Golems, and then if you want to farm fast, quick, start transitioning into budget Poison Nova, guys. Skelly King out. GG.
Come play with us. Come play with us, Daddy.